Hey there, this is Coach Bill with Meditate School of Mindfulness. And I'm going to give you a nice lesson, practice, a little focus on the whole concept of goodness. To begin, I just want to say what I teach is simple. That by sitting and breathing, by paying attention to the present moment, we have the power to shift our mind. We have the power of choice. It truly is the only thing we can do. We can choose how we respond to life. We can't always choose our circumstances, but we can choose how we respond. We can't always choose the people we encounter as we move through the day, but we can choose how we respond. And we can choose how we speak to ourselves. And that's the most important thing. Because what we tell ourselves, we truly believe. So often we tell ourselves, we say words like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough, or young enough, or fast enough. Sometimes we listen to those voices that we heard when we were younger that say, we're not worthy. We get stuck in our mind. And the truth of our practice is what we practice grows stronger, so what we tell ourselves over and over again gets bigger in our life. So often we say these words like, I am angry, I am sad, I am busy, I am stressed. And those things take up more space. We have the power to shift, to breathe. We have the power to shift our mind, to turn away from those voices that say the world is a terrible place. The world is filled with bad people. The world is falling apart. We have the power of choice. And I teach we should focus on the basic truth that basically we are good. It's so simple. Because it's almost impossible to find motivation when we're stuck in that negative mindset. As we repeat those things over and over and over again, it almost puts us in this place of hopelessness. All we see is the darkness. We look at our neighbors as the enemy. The simple philosophy is to focus on the good, to connect to that wisdom, to not be in denial. Of course, we protect ourselves, but we focus on the basic goodness, the basic truth that we are beings of compassion and love. The simple philosophy I follow is that I am good. Yes, as I've moved through my life, I've made bad choices. I've done things I wish I didn't do. Events didn't always go my way. But those things don't define me. Basically, I am good. When you add up everything I've done in my life, there is more good than bad. Much more. But our whole world seems to collapse around those few bad things that we did. Or our whole day can collapse around a few bad words that we said. But basically, there's good. It's the same with the whole world. We could pay attention to those few bad, or we can pay attention to all the good. Yes, bad things happen, but there are many more good things. Yes, there are days of darkness, but there are many more days of light. The simple philosophy is what you practice grows stronger. And right now, I practice thinking that there's basically good in the world. I think deep down inside, people are good. People want to feel good. They don't want to hurt. People want others to feel good. Most people don't go out with the intention to hurt others. Yes, there are some who do, but there are many, many more who don't. I believe, deep down inside, our basic truth is that we are beings of love and compassion. That we want to help ease the suffering of others. That we want to love and befriend, to be part of a community. And that makes us good. We just have to engage in that truth more often than we listen to those voices. To focus on the good words rather than all the negative messages we're bombarded with every day. We need to take some time out and recognize, yes, we could watch the news or listen to a politician who says the world is falling apart. You need me to fix your life. You need to worry about all these things that usually never happen. Or you can come back to yourself. Open your eyes and look around at the goodness. A place to live and food to eat. People to love. A world filled with light and beauty and color. So as we go through this session, I'm going to guide you to that place of goodness inside. And it starts right there with your breath. So if you haven't already, go ahead and close your eyes. And just feel how your breath is flowing. Nice and easy. Your breath has been flowing all day long. Just like this. If you focus on that breath and you feel it flowing in and out, you can feel the goodness of it. Every breath is good. Feel that gentle flow going in and out. And just relax into it. Just let yourself sink into a bit of comfort. Just imagine how you're feeling that healing oxygen being carried inside. And recognize how it's been being sent to your whole body. That oxygen that you're breathing heals and it releases. So just let yourself settle down into it. Allow yourself to just settle down into the goodness of your breath. And notice how that breath, it strengthens you. It fuels you. If you connect to the flow of your breath, you're connecting to the harmony of your life. Because the flow of your breath regulates the beat of your heart. And the beat of your heart fuels your whole body. So just let your breath flow freely. And then think about the goodness of your whole body. Just turn your attention to a moment to where your hands and your fingers are. And think about what you're touching and what you feel. Feel the goodness there. Bring your focus to your nose. And again, feel the breath flowing in and out nice and easy. You can feel the air if you pay attention. Goodness. Let your awareness sink all the way down to your feet and your toes. When's the last time you thought about your toes? Wiggle them just a little bit. Feel that goodness. There is goodness within you. Let your awareness move back up through your legs and your hips. And then feel your whole body sinking down into the surface beneath you. I wonder if you'd be willing to just relax a little bit more. Let your whole being sink down. And I wonder if you could feel the goodness of the earth as it holds you. The energy of the earth is holding you and keeping you safe. Feel that goodness. Just let yourself be held. And then let your awareness move back up through your torso. And recognize within your body, right there, all those organs within you working to sustain your life. Your intestines and your stomach, your lungs and your heart, everything working in harmony for you. Think about your shoulders and how they feel, how they're sitting level at the top of your body. The strength, the power, the goodness. And let your awareness move down your arms and into your hands and fingers again. I wonder if you could focus all the way out to the very tips of your fingers. You might feel a tingling there, a goodness. Then bring your awareness up to your neck and your throat. And if you focus, you can feel your breath flowing through your windpipe. The goodness of every breath. Then your jaw and your mouth and your tongue, your teeth, your nose, your eyes. Just focus on the goodness of your eyes. As you sit there with your eyes closed, just think of all the things, all the good you've seen. How many days you've opened your eyes and the sun was there, the blue sky above. How many times you've looked out at the ocean or a mountain or the trees or the face of someone you love. Think of all the colors and faces and places. Goodness. In your ears. As you hear the sound of my voice, just think about all the other beautiful things you hear. The music, the whispers, the words, the rain. And I wonder if you could think about your mind for a moment. That mind that is filled with so many thoughts. We tend to focus on so many things, but our mind is so vast and powerful. So many times we get caught up in the negative thoughts, but think about all the good, all the dreams, the imagination, the memories, the lessons, the goodness. And then let your awareness think about your whole body as you're sitting there. And feel that goodness. There's goodness right there. And allow yourself to center on your breathing again. Feeling your breath is deep and relaxed. Relaxed and easy. Breathing in the goodness. As you breathe in and out, just think for a moment, I am good. I am good. Just relax into that truth. Allow yourself to awaken a bit of compassion and love for yourself, engaging in that truth. Expressing a bit of goodness. Turning yourself to the fact that you are good. That deep down inside there is goodness. And if you listen to your heart and you pay attention to those whispers of goodness, you start to realize that sometimes, in fact many times, thoughts are wrong. Our thoughts align so much with our thinking, with our feelings, with our environment. But we have the ability to change our thoughts. To recognize when we focus on the basic goodness, we wouldn't entertain those negative thoughts. We'd start to realize if we think that people don't care about us, we'd know that's not true. Because we'd recognize how many people have been there for us through our whole life. That kind of thinking, focusing on the goodness, is so powerful. It gets us into that right mind, recognizing with gratitude the goodness that is all around us. The basic idea of goodness and the simple practice helps us to sort out those wrong thoughts. Because if we believe and we practice focusing on the good, we would never entertain that thought that said, I'm not good enough, or strong enough, or worthy. Practicing the goodness helps us see those thoughts that don't align with our truth. Those thoughts may still be there, but they're just thoughts. Because if we connect to the basic goodness of ourselves, those self-doubts drift away. Those feelings of unworthiness don't belong. And if we start paying attention to all the good in the world around us and in our life, then we start to truly believe good things lie ahead. And we can tune out those voices that say otherwise. We can turn off that noise that says everything is wrong. And we start paying attention to everything that's right. It's a simple idea. But in our society, it's so difficult to practice because we're bombarded with negative messages. With these messages that say we need this thing to be happy. We need to look like this to be good. We need to see others as the enemy. But when you practice basic goodness, you dismiss those things. You turn away from those voices. If someone says something bad about us, it doesn't hurt because we know it's not true. And when we hold ourselves in that place of goodness, it's like we're putting this force field around us. We see those false things as just that other person's opinion. But when we're holding ourselves in a negative space, we're more prone to negative thoughts. We're more prone to those negative words. But as you sit here connecting to the goodness of your breath, the goodness of your body, the goodness and the beauty of the world around you, we can see if those things are true or not. We can just observe those thoughts. We can take a step back from those voices. We can turn off that noise. And we hold ourselves in a place of compassion. And we hold others in that compassion. And those damaging words don't matter. Because we're holding ourselves in our truth. The simple practice of mindfulness is what you practice grows stronger. And everything you breathe is your truth. We breathe in our moods. We breathe in the energy that we're putting out. So if we're happy, we will breathe happiness. If we're focused on the goodness, we feel the goodness in every breath. And if we're angry, our breath is angry. If we hold a bit of hatred, we're breathing that hate. In our practice, we pay attention to the breath. We recognize how we're breathing. And we can use that breath to interrupt those thought patterns. Our breath can help us be aware of how we're feeling. Our breath can help us change our mood. Simply changing and focusing on the goodness of the breath allows us to pull our attention into the fact that in this moment, everything is good. We can take a step back and stop defining ourselves by a thought. Stop defining ourselves as an emotion and start seeing ourselves as good. We can see that thing that we did in the past as the past. And we hold ourselves with compassion. And we can let those thoughts go that don't belong. Breathing consciously brings our attention and our awareness into the present moment. And yes, as we move through our life, we will feel pain. But we can embrace that pain with a bit of compassion. If it's our pain, we practice compassion for ourselves. If it's someone else's pain, we practice compassion for them. And we remember, we are good. People are good. We want people to feel good. We want to help ease the suffering of others. We want the world to be filled with happiness and joy. And when we know this, when we see that as the intention of the universe, when we tell ourselves we are good, then suddenly we're surrounded by goodness. I am good. Just take a pause and feel that. Breathe it in. For the next few breaths as you breathe, just say it to yourself. I am good. I am good. I am good. I am worthy. I am kind. I am grateful. I am patient. I am compassionate. I am good. Sit with that goodness for a moment. Breathe in that truth and practice. Set the intention to practice this as you move through the day. Take a pause on occasion. Breathe it in. Write a note to yourself. Put a message on your phone. Every time you step into the restroom and look at yourself in the mirror, think, I am good. Instead of looking at the surface, look deep inside. And when you start seeing the goodness in yourself, you start seeing the goodness in others. And you're aligned with the goodness of the universe. So now when you're ready, just take your time and reflect as long as you need, but when you're ready, gently open your eyes. See the goodness all around you. Feel the goodness within you. And set the intention to share that goodness as you walk through this day. And have a beautiful day.